Hey web designer, are you about to get on a call with a client and you have no idea what you're gonna say? Keep watching. What's going on, everyone? My name is Abrot, and I'm the founder and creative director at Abrot Creative, a brand strategy and digital marketing agency for faith-based organizations and nonprofits. But on YouTube and Instagram, I like to teach about web design and how you can make a living out of being a creative. Today, we're going to talk about how to better serve a new client when you get on a phone call with that person. So let's hop right into it. Before we even get on a call, first of all, we need to shift our mindset. Most of us have a mindset that we're gonna close this sale. We're like a shark out there and we see bloody water and we have money on our minds. That should not be our mindset as a creative trying to genuinely help this client. Being part of the Future Pro Group community, I have the privilege to be able to meet and learn from one of my mentors that I look up to, which is Chris Do. Look, see? That's him. That's me. We're practically best friends. And he gave us an acronym for sales that I never heard before in my life, which surprised me when I heard it. The acronym for sales was to serve, ask, listen, emphasize, and summarize. And even up until this day, whenever I get on a client call with someone, I always have a mindset that I am there to serve and I am there to listen. So when we have that mindset shift, our conversation suddenly changes into something else. The client suddenly gets on the call that he's not used to because we are there to listen. Before I even start the conversation with the client, I always ask them if they can speak slowly, and I explain to them that I will be writing things down so that I can better understand their problem and better serve them. Right away, this lets your client know that they are important and what they are saying is of great importance to you. This tells them that you are different. You're not just in it for the money. You are in it to genuinely help that person. And by the way, if you're gonna tell someone that you're gonna listen to them, you better listen to them. One of my greatest weaknesses, and some of you have the tendency to probably do this as well, is someone will be talking and telling me a story, and in my mind, I already clocked out because I am thinking of another story to add to the conversation so that we can keep it going. Listen here, that is not good. We need to stop, be in the moment, and listen to this person. And one thing that I like to do, I don't like to type it out on a keyboard. Whenever I write notes, I actually write it out on a notebook or notepad. And the reason why I do that is actually very practical. A client will say something and then they'll stop and all of a sudden they'll hear the keyboard clicking. Wait, let me write that down real quick. That's not a pleasant sound to hear. Another thing that you can do is don't be afraid to nicely interrupt the client and ask them to repeat something. Say, excuse me, real quick, before you move on, can you repeat what you just said about your demographic? Because then this lets the client know, wow, this person is really listening and what I'm saying is of great importance and great value to this conversation. Here's another Chris Do plug. One of the things that I learned from Chris Do the few times that I was around him is that he is very intentional and he really puts a lot of effort of being in the moment and really listening to the person speaking to him. Whether it be physical or over Zoom, over video, he really does listen to the person. And most of us have a tendency to jump right into the answer, but no, he'll ask clarifying questions. If you ask a question, he'll stop a bit and say, that's a good question. And he'll take some seconds to think. And I don't know if it's my ADD or whatever, but if I were him, that would kill me. I want to answer right away. But I've been learning over the last few months that I need to be very intentional and really focus on whoever is talking at the moment. This video is not sponsored by the Future or Chris Do at all, but guys, if you see this, you can tell, we got a good connection. Hit me up. And then, once you've had a mindset shift to serve the client, you've asked clarifying questions, you've listened intently to the person, and you've empathized them in their situation, now it's time to summarize. Gather everything you've written down, recap that with the client so that they know what the need is, and you have a greater understanding of what this person's need is. And then you come with your price. Now, this is the hard part. We need to talk about the price. Some people like to bring up the price right away. Some people like to bring the price up at the end. I personally bring the price up at the end because I don't mind having the time to listen to the person and just hearing their story out. Now, beforehand, you should have already formulated a price range in your head for this particular call. If you go back to my last video, you can learn more about researching the client, researching the company, and then planning your questions and formulating a price before you even get on this client call. And it's good to have a price range, not just a particular price. It gives you room for flexibility, but not too much flexibility because you don't want to give too much away. And then here's the big advice. One of the biggest tips I ever got. Once you say the price, just shut up. You don't have to say anything else. There's no need to justify yourself. You don't need to explain every single thing of what it will cost. Now, if they ask and clarify what's in that, try to answer some of the questions. But if they're the type of client that will keep hammering and answering and pestering you about the price, chances are it may not even be a good client to begin with, and you and that client will not be a good fit, and it's going to cause some headache for you down the road. Don't be afraid to say no. Don't be afraid to reject a client. Saying no right now will open you up to a possibly better opportunity. Now, if the call ends and you did not get the project, recap. Did you serve? Did you ask clarifying questions? Did you listen? Did you empathize with that customer? Did you summarize what he or she needs? And if you think you did everything right in your part, then it's possible that you dodged the bullet on that one. Oh, and one last tip. Use some sort of hands-free device, your AirPods or even headphones. This leaves your hand free so you can better serve the client. You can focus on that call. Well, that's it for today, guys. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I hope that you got something out of the content. If you did, I would appreciate if you like the video, comment, and subscribe. We're going to be coming out with weekly content about web design and how you can make a living doing what you love. That's it for me today. See you guys next time. Peace out.